Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Finn, or yet another gaming fel, and I am again here to teach you some cool mission editor tips and tricks. Things that you can apply to your own missions to create some cool situations, environments, and different things that you can use to help augment the things that you create, and really to provide more for the community. So first of all, what are we going to do today? Obviously, in previous videos, we've done waypoints, we've done aero refueling, bombing, we've done wave spawns, which is our most recent thing. We've done loads. So, what are we going to do next? Well, next we're going to do infantry transport. Now, obviously, what we're going to do here is we're going to need some infantry to transport first. So, let's just get a couple of dudes. We'll get guys on the USA side. We'll go down to infantry here, and we'll select the wonderfully modelled, very high poly infantry, which are obviously really accurate to real life, as we all know. And we'll get 5 of these guys down, because who doesn't love 5 guys, right? And let's get them all concise together and get them on this road here. So these are our guys. These are who we're going to transport. And you know what? Let's call them Transport 1. These are the guys that we are going to move. Fantastic. Well, how are we going to move them? Obviously, we can have them run somewhere, but we'd prefer to have them picked up by another vehicle, right? I mean, this is a combined arms environment. You know, the modern world has a lot of different stuff in here. So, you know, let's chuck down a helicopter to carry them along in. And I think it would be a very valid choice to pick the Huey, the UH-1H, a veteran of many wars, and I really like the old Army 1972 vibe, and we're going to call it Pickup, like that. So now we've got our helicopter, we've got our troops, we need to actually pick them up, right? So the first thing we've got to do actually is go back to our soldiers here, and we've got to make them available to the helicopter to be picked up. So we're going to do perform task under the advanced waypoint actions section here on the right hand side, and we're going to set the task to embark to transport. Now these guys, wherever the triangle is where they'll wait, but they will embark to any transport that is assigned to pick them up within this area. So let's just get them to queue right there. Now, it disappeared because we clicked off them, but there you are. So, embark to transport. This group is now available for transport. Fantastic. So, what are we going to do with that? Well, we need to have the helicopter come along and pick them up. So, let's add in a waypoint. In fact, let's make sure the helicopter's flying at a reasonable altitude here. So, let's set 200 feet of AGL. And let's give them a waypoint. So this has them come a little closer, and the next thing we're going to tell the helicopter to do under the advanced waypoint actions is click add, and we're going to do embarking. So this is where he's going to pick up these troops. So we need to just take the triangle and place it roughly where we want him to be when he picks up the troops. So hopefully he'll be established on the 09 marker of this runway, which is, again, would be great. And then we're going to select who we want to pick up on this little drop down menu here, and we of course want to pick Transport 1, who are the guys that we've just assigned to be picked up. We're going to click add, and that will make sure that when he lands in this zone, he will embark the guys assigned to him under Transport 1. Now you can distribute between different units if you want to. I find that can be a bit finicky. I also find it can be finicky if you pick any more than about 8 people to go in a squad. Once you go above 8, even in Chinooks, which can carry, 20 to 30 guys or more, depending, it can be finicky. So just be careful when you're playing around with settings. It might be that it doesn't work straight away, but you've got to just play around with different options, like how many guys you have loaded in, and how far you're transporting them, and who you're distributing them between, and hopefully that should give you a good idea of what you're doing with it. So now that we've got them picked up, we need to take them off and land them somewhere else. Okay, so well, where do we want to land them? Well, I think keep it simple. let's have them fly down the runway, and then when we're done, we can just tell them to disembark, which is another option under the advanced waypoint actions, perform task and disembarking, and we're going to disembark these guys here. Well, we're not going to do it right here. Let's actually drag it elsewhere. Let's bring it further down and have him land here on the marker for runway 27. Great. So now we've got the units being picked up at the start of the runway, and we've got them landing and being deployed back at the end of the runway. So I think that is pretty good. So we're just going to hit save on that, and we're going to hit play and fly the mission. So we should spawn in. It'll focus on the helicopter, which will be very noisy because it always is. There we are. And now our helo friend over here is going to make his way over down here, just over the outer marker of the runway, which you can see he's more or less over now. And then he's going to come on in, start slowing down, and you can see hopefully he's going to come in and land at the position marked runway 9. You can see the infantry have moved a little. They've queued up where we've told them to. He's going to come in and plonk himself down. And here come the dudes. They come running on in. Obviously there's no sophisticated animation for them, but here we go. And he takes off. He flies about halfway down the runway to here. And then he starts slowing down. And he's going to come gently in and pop himself down on the marker for runway 27. And then he will unload the dudes and then fly off on his merry way. So that is how you have troops embarked on helicopters, picked up, dropped off, and and you can have them flown around for the whole time during. You can have them on board the helicopter for a very, very long flight if you wanted to. It's down to you, but those are the best ways of moving troops through helicopter. So I hope that's useful to you. I hope you can apply that to a mission. If you can, let me know in the comments. It'd be great to hear people putting my advice or my recommendations into their missions, because it's inspirational. Can kind of pushes you to go forward. But I hope this has been good and that is useful, and I hope you might maybe like and comment and subscribe, maybe. But I will see you guys all in the next one. Thank you very much.